I am Chibueze Delight on I'm actually from southeastern part in Nigeria. I actually had my BSc program in physics and astronomy, BSc physics and astronomy from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, UNN, as it is called for short. And my coming here has actually been an interest for me, especially after I finished my program in 2019. I was very much interested in going further with science and tech, and especially my idea wasn't just for me to go into science and the research papers and all. I also needed to have some close contact and exposure and find prospect that I can see in the industry wise. So after my program in 2019, and of course, as everybody knows, then came the COVID-19 in 2020. So 2020 was actually the period when I finally decided that I have to apply for photonics. It has been my interest because I was like, yeah, after having done a BSc physics program for 4 years, and during my final year, I found out that we discussed very much about concepts of quantum, and in some way, everything was always discussing about light. So I was like, I think with with the program I've done and with the exposure that I think I have what it takes to suit in for this program, because aside having an interest for a particular program, it's always a very good thing if you already have some edge or some exposure in line with what you want to do. So I made the choice to study photonics throughout 2020 during the COVID-19 lockdown. I was actually researching more about photonics, and I found out that the program was actually interesting because, like here in Europe, it's actually considered as a key enabling technology that is pioneering grounds in many fronts. So I was like, yes, it's also a developing field. So I was like, this is the platform for anybody, especially if you are young. You can grow with the technology as it is growing. So I saw it as the platform, and actually I've been applying, and finally I got to choose a VUB, because I also researched more about the Brussels Photonics team. In fact, I had asked a few people who already finished from here some few years back. I needed to get some reference. How is the program? Yeah. And also on the website, I also saw some collaborations that were of good interest to me, because like I said before, I wasn't just interested in the research publications and all. I needed a close contact with industry, and this is actually what I found here in VUB. Also, my coming here for the first time, some of the exercises that we did, like the course in ray tracing for non-imaging systems, some of the examples that we are using in the class, we are actually a project that was done for companies. So this is actually what I'm looking for, and it's been good so far, and I still hope to see more. For the first time, I didn't really contact anybody because I was the thing is that I already had an interest for the program, as I saw that yes, this is something that I can actually do. I was very much in constant in constant search using Google most of the time, because I already knew that I'm interested in the program Photonics. So I was searching for programs and countries that are offering this particular program. So I was able to discover VUB through search. And you know, the Google ad, they also help you once they know that you've been searching for this particular thing. So I saw a whole list of schools and programs that are offering this particular course, and that was how I got to discover VUB and the Brussels Photonics. The thing I really appreciate about the program to this extent, it's good that I say that this is my third month here. I arrived here in September, So counting from now, that should be about 3 months now. So the good thing that I'm seeing here is that I'm actually exposed to content, because that's the real thing. That's the end thing. You need to be exposed to enough, and that also gives you the platform to make choices and decisions. Like, I came here with an interest, but when you see more things like that, you also think wide in that aspect. So the thing I basically appreciate here for the first time of coming is content. It's actually a little bit challenging during the first semester. This is also the experience with most of us that are coming in here. But aside the challenges that we are having, because there's a whole lot of things, the other advantage is that you are really exposed to things, because when you go out there, the question is how much you have seen, how much you know, in what capacity can you think of. And the more information you have available to you, it increases your space of thinking in that line. So this is one thing that I already have a strong connection with the department. I would say that it's actually seamless, in the sense that the students themselves, the administrative office, and the lecturers themselves, the communication here is actually free flow. In that sense, it's very much easy for you to communicate, and even the encouragement here is always feel free to come up with something, say something, want to hear you say something, that kind of thing. So it's actually the platform that anybody that is seeking to grow will actually be interested in. That open platform, that open hand for you to discuss or say whatever you wish to suggest, or maybe ask questions about things like that. So the communication here is actually nice. It's good for me so far. In terms of future prospects for me, I actually have interest in photonic integrated circuits, and the course we are doing in micro photonics is it's actually one of the courses that is loaded with a whole lot of information. Of course, it is credit course, so of course it should be loaded. I think for me, those loads of information is basically what I need. It's actually a 2 years program, and I've only spent about 3 months, and I'm feeling like I already have excess of information as of now, and there's still more to come. So that satisfies my interest in terms of content, what to know, the things knowledge that you need to extract. So I'm very hopeful and anticipating to see more, such that it prepares me for a platform in the industry or the research prospects from now on. So I think so far it's interesting for me and fulfilling for me up to this point, and I still hope to see more. When you come over to a new place, the first thing you always get to see is people reactions and the way they do also. So far for me, it has been interesting from where I'm living to the general communications I have here. The people here are actually nice, in the sense that they're always willing to help, and I think they already know that you have too many questions, so they're always like, oh yeah. So the assistance here so far, because the thing is being able to settle down and mix up with the culture, and so far while interacting and asking questions, I've received kind attendance. So far I can also extend that to the dorm where I'm staying. I also have, I think there are about 4 of them from Belgium here. So their acceptance method has actually been nice all through, and that really put me at ease during the first time of settling down. So it's a really good mix-up that I'm seeing here. The international content in terms of mixing has been good for me. Yes, I would recommend it to others, but particularly because of I already talked about the things that I like, and I wish the same thing for the next person who is having interest in photonics. The thing is content. Aside from content as well, the thing is also platform, and I think I haven't experienced all of Brussels Photonics yet. I haven't gone to their lab in Goik. I'm still hoping to go there. So, but those are the things that actually capture my interest, because the thing is, aside from the content, you also need facility, and you also need capable hands. And there's a whole lot of industrial collaborations with companies and minimal with the department. Like I said, my interest wasn't just to go on and continue as publishing articles, and I needed to also see applications of these studies, science and tech, as we needed to see these things applied for use. So this is one of the things that actually interests me here, because the close contact with companies, industries, and as well research. There's nothing more we actually should be looking for, if not for this is just the end of it for me in science and tech. You need to know it from the lab, from your book, and you also need to finally put that in a final product that will be used generally for humans and commercialization, and that's it for me. And also there's a tech transfer that was like the icing on the cake for me. It means that the department here, or the school in general, is serious in terms of transferring science and tech to innovative solutions. These are the things that keeps me on close bond with the department: the tech transfer, the close contact with companies, and also research, and the content of the program itself. These are the things that keeps me in strong bond, and I recommend it to any other person. If these are your strong points, this is it for me. Come here.